Good morning, my dear friends. Happy Sunday. So happy to join you today. I know you all have been breathlessly awaiting this video. You probably couldn't sleep last night. We are going to talk about Yankee Candle today and their new Christmas collection or holiday collection. It's not good, spoiler alert. But perhaps not surprising. Yankee Candle has been on the struggle bus for years now. And I think I said this in a earlier video. I do think they started the year out strong with the Under the Desert Sun collection, which was only 4 candles. They were thoughtful. They were very successful, almost all of them. And then I thought that their summer collection, which weirdly was a Target exclusive for a couple months, was also very good, but suffered from strength and throw issues. I thought that that was excellent. Unfortunately, now we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, so we're definitely, I think, kind of finishing out the year with a whimper rather than a bang, but c'est la vie. I have not burned any of these. These are first impressions. I bought them about 3 weeks ago, and I think most of them are just the mini candles that are I think that they're $12 or something. I can't remember what exactly the price point is. I got them for far less than that. I haven't even unwrapped them. They've been sitting in this bag by my door. I have a cold brew here I'm nursing. I have printed out all of the deets on these candles. And, oh, great. I just realized that in printing them out, there are various different 15% off drop-down boxes that have hidden some of the notes. Great. Perfect. So obviously we're just discovering that live, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'm going to unwrap these. I'm going to talk about them. And we're going to go from there. When I was in store this particular occasion, though, I did buy this amazing Illuma-lid here, which I don't know if you can see it, but there's got like skulls on it. And then it's black with these roses. It's obviously a Halloween Illuma-lid. I've never had an Illuma-lid before. If you don't know what that is, actually here's a lovely picture of it. They are meant to sit on top of those apothecary-like jars, and they help retain heat. It gives it a little bit of a barrier to go through, which means that you're gonna pull your candle faster, which is great, especially if you've got a 1 wick, although I think Yankees are now 2 wicks. Back in the day, they used to be a single wick. So yeah. They serve like a little mini hurricane, and then obviously are like cute as well. I've never had one, but I thought this one was so cute, and it was 50% off, and I got it for $6. So I imagine it's still 50% off, and it's really cute. I've used it a few times. I like it a lot. So you could use these just for the Yankee Apothecary ones, not the clip art trash can tumblers. They probably need Illuma-lids as well. But I think that if they were to develop and market those, that would be an admission. that would be inculpatory. I don't know what the word would be, but at any rate, so I don't think they're going to do that, but man, those trash can tumblers probably also need Illuma-lids. You can also use these on the Kringles. The Kringle candles that are the country candles, they're the apothecary ones, and Lord knows they need them. And they also work for Village candles, and Village needs them as well. So we are in that era where the classic country apothecaries are not carrying. They have no strength and throw at any respective company, which is absurd because I think there are many of us old enough to remember when Yankee Candle's classic apothecaries probably could outperform almost any 3 wick on the market right now. So with 1 wick, with a single wick, did not need Illuma-lid at all. We've had this conversation. I'm not going to go back to it, but If you're interested at all, I thought that one was really cute. Some of them are like tacky and weird looking, but I thought that one was really cute. So let's talk. Oh, I also bought a lot of Chesapeake Bays as well, because they had the classic black and white Chesapeake Bay candles in the store. And I just was reminded about how much I love them. They've been sold at Target for like years, and I should have been more... I just should have picked them up more often, especially because Target would sometimes run sales on them. I've been told by Yankee employees that the Chesapeake Bays almost never go on sale. I don't know why that is. They're a pretty good price point because I think that they're 2-wick or 3-wick. We'll find out. I think it's 2 wicks. And they are $17.99. That's just the way they are. Anyway, full price, I bought several of those because I just think they're fantastic. And Target stopped selling, or at least they have stopped selling the black and white ones. I have no idea why. So those are the like classic Chesapeake Bay ones. All right, so as I unwrap them, I'll just show them to you. These are the little minis, the little mini trash cans. The bathroom trash cans, yeah? What I love about these is that because they're so small, they are limited in how much clip art they want to put around the jar. So they just have a tasteful couple clip art pieces here, which thank God, it doesn't look like a 5-year-old's or like a VBS project or something like that. So this one, my friends, is London Christmas Tea. And it's a white wax, looks like this. To my knowledge, this is not coming out as a 3-wick. So many of these are coming out as 3 wicks. I don't understand it. I feel as though when they put out a new collection, it should be available in all formats, including 3-wick. So I don't really know why they're doing the song and dance with like, some of them are in 3 wicks, some of them are not. That's what happened in the fall collection. Oh, I forgot to talk about the fall collection. That was part of the precipitous decline of Yankee Candle. So there was the Under the Desert Sun, then there was the summer collection, both of which I thought were quite strong, with the caveat being that the summer collection did not perform particularly well. And then the fall collection, which was like, ugh. It was about like 5 different kinds of cliched men's colognes. And I still have to burn some of those. I have some of them. So I need to burn them right now. They did have a couple gourmands in there though too. The gourmands were basic, but fairly well executed. So it wasn't a great collection, especially for fall, which is prime time. You really want to nail that particular collection and season. And then I think we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here with Christmas. The concept of this collection, I think, is fantastic. It's a destination collection, and it's like Christmas all over the world, basically. And I just think that that is a fantastic concept and one that any candle company should really knock out of the park. I mean, it should just be, oh gosh, what a special time all over the world, across the board. And any destination collection is usually quite popular and quite good. I think candle companies should do it more often, to be perfectly honest. And Christmas all over the world is fantastic. So the concept is great. The execution and the fragrances are not, and we're going to get to them. So the very first one here is from London. This is London Christmas Tea. It's like opening Christmas presents, but like they're all bad. You know what I mean? All right, we have another kind of neutral one, which I don't know why they would have gone with a colored wax that's very similar to this one, and they're both shades of white for this very festive year. So God bless, but it's a no for me. This is from Germany. We are in Germany. Munich Christmas Market. Again, a fantastic concept. But as we can see with the colored waxes, we're already phoning it in. Yeah. All right. Third Christmas present here. All right. Big Apple Christmas. We are in New York City, and this is fantastic. It's a fantastic color red. It's like a Macy's red. It's great. It's great. It makes sense. The fragrance makes sense, even if it's not anything to write home about. All right, we've got another one here, and once again, we've got a not great color here. So this is Parisian Holiday Brunch. So yeah, We've got another gourmand, and we've got another meal, which I feel like maybe we could have done more with that. But anyway, we're in Paris, and we have an Eiffel Tower and one of those like towers, which I can't remember what they're called, but the towers of cream puffs. Yeah, that's a very Paris, it's a very French thing. But once again, like just not a very, it's just more of a muted color red. So it's very unusual, frankly, for Yankee Candle to miss the mark on the colored waxes. And I kind of think they have with this collection, with like one exception. So not great. I mean, this is kind of like pulling a Kringle, where we've got shades of all the same things, a lot of missed opportunities in terms of colors. Not great. In the same vein, look, we've got another one that's basically the same. We basically have like a tonal shift here. Look at this. Look at this. This is a Christmas collection. A Christmas collection. Look at these colors. I can't. I cannot. We are in Australia now. 'Tis the season in Sydney. And we've got a snowman with sunglasses on and some beach stuff, because it is, in that hemisphere, it is actually their summer season for Christmas. So there's that. Oh, thank God, I think we're done after this. There's six. There's six in this collection. This takes the cake of being the nicest color wax. And here we go, and it's beautiful. North Pole Hideaway. I love the color of this blue. I think it's fantastic for that. I do think it's phoned in. Some of these destinations are a little bit phoned in. I think London, Paris, something in Germany. Australia, I'm not really sure that, I feel like that could have been something else more evocative. I do think we probably should have a little bit more Northern European presence. Those countries do Christmas very evocatively, very well, like a Sweden or a Norway, something like that. There could have been an Italian one, right? A Greek, a Southern European. You know, I don't know. I just feel like this is phoned in. And who lives on the North Pole? Santa! Okay. I just feel like this could have been done at any time. And if you're really making like an intention of doing legitimate destinations of the way that human beings celebrate Christmas all over the world, like something else could have been done there. North Pole, only one person lives there. And North Pole Hideaway could just be like, you know, in any collection. But God bless. It's a really nice kind of slate blue, and it almost looks pearlized in some containers. So it's just really nice. North Pole Hideaway. So there you go. These colors are not good. Really not good, with the exception of North Pole Hideaway. We've got no greens. We've got, it's not okay. It's not okay. I think the rest of these are all, Chesapeake Bays. I've got 4 of them. So maybe at the end of the video, I'll talk to you about the Chesapeake Bays that I picked up. So let's talk about these candles. We are doing a big push. I think Yankee is doing a big push for 3-wick candles for this Christmas season. And so while weirdly not all of the new Christmas collection is coming out in the 3 wicks, they also have several other Christmas candles that are coming out in the 3-wick. And they've gone with a very like retro holiday design, which I actually think for the most part came across fairly well, and looks better than some of the 3 wicks that they've put out at other occasions so far, but that bar is extremely low. I believe there is one new candle coming out in the new 3 wicks that are not in the Christmas collection, and that one is called Cookies by the Fire. So here's what it looks like. And I think I smelled this one in store, because I had a very nice Yankee Candle employee who went back and got it for me, the ones that they had in the store, and showed it to me. So here's Cookies by the Fire, which looks fine. I think it's a new candle. And it's a gourmand. So the top notes are burnt sugar, butterscotch, nutmeg, and toasted marshmallow. The middle notes are festive spruce, cinnamon sticks, pine branches, cypress. Base notes are bay leaf, cozy cedar, sparkling clove, and balsam fir. So we have like a gourmand tree and should be a real knockout. But to be perfectly honest, I smelled it and I wasn't impressed with it. And I don't remember anything else about it. So that is coming out. Again, should be a real home run for them, a real grand slam. And in fact, I don't know, I didn't think it really was. Then there's a couple others in this collection. So there's the Snow Globe Wonderland, looks like this in the 3-wick. Again, kind of a retro theme. I think it's kind of sweet and I think it works really nicely. And apparently Snow Globe Wonderland has been out before. This one is interesting. It's interesting. And I have not quite settled on whether I like this fragrance or I don't like this fragrance, but it's been out before. And then there are a couple other ones, but I can't remember what they are, that are also coming out. And again, they're returning favorites, but they look sweet and retro. So that's that. And then we have a little slightly different aesthetic for the 3 wicks that are coming out for the new Christmas collection. So I have pictures of the ones that I think are at least confirmed to be coming out in 3 wicks. And by the way, those 3 wicks are available right now. You can order them off of the website and may also be available in your brick and mortar stores or maybe in the back. And if you can find an employee who's really nice, might be able to go and get them for you. And a couple of them have strong reviews on the website already, which tells me that they are being bought, sold, and burned. So there you go, $24 on the 3 wicks. They have been running several 3-wick sales. I don't think those are part of those sales. In fact, I know that they aren't, because there was a 3-wick sale when I went to the Yankee Candle store. They pulled those from the back and they rang up regular price. So I actually don't think Yankee Candle has done an official hard launch of their Christmas collection. They've just been kind of trickling into stores. So it's been a soft launch, and I'm sure they're not going to go on sale unless and until they have done their big first loud, explicit launch of these candles. So there you go. All right, so let's start just with the first one that's in front of me, which is Munich Christmas Market. So here's what it's kind of a very light taupe color here, Christmas Market. And as you can see, we're gonna have some clip art that is somewhat Germanic in nature, which is fine, very appropriate. Here is what the 3-wick looks like, which I think is fantastic and looks a whole lot better than the trash can clip art jars. So, and given the strength and throw of Yankee Candle, if you can try to buy the 3-wick, I would do that. I would do that. Each one of these 3 wicks has kind of a matte, almost like paper, you know, like what is it? Like the Maria von Trapp, like brown paper packages tied up with string. They've all kind of got that like very homespun kind of matte paper wrapping kind of finish to them, but I think it really works for this collection. And one of them is very, very brown paper bag looking, but obviously the colors are really working for this Munich Christmas Market candle with the bright red, which is better than this. All right, so let's talk about well, actually, let me just talk about what it is that I'm smelling first. Ew. Guys, I don't like this candle. It's a real odd one. That said, will there be people who like it? Yes? Yes? Question mark? You know what this actually smells like? And I don't know that they're marketing it as this, but this is what it smells like. Do you know those German cookies? They're kind of weird. And like you get them from like World Market or whatever, you know, like you have to be kind of in a place like that to be able to get them in a grocery store. But they're like the round gingerbread kind of cookies with a flat base, and it's dipped in chocolate on the back. I should have looked it up, and yeah, this is what it actually smells like. So they're shelf-stable gingerbread cookies. So they're soft and kind of chewy, and they're gingerbread, and they've got chocolate, like the backs of the cookies have been dipped in chocolate. And they're usually sold in like a package where they're standing on their sides. Like there's a whole row of them. Okay, I don't know what that's called, but I know some of you know what it is that I'm talking about. And you know what? Here's a picture. Here's a picture, because after this video, I'm gonna go and find a picture online so that I can put it on and tell you what it is. I've never been a fan of these cookies. They're definitely an acquired taste and a little bit of they're a point of view. They're definitely a point of view, okay? But like I said, it's this kind of shelf-stable, weird gingerbread. It's a dark gingerbread. They've got strange spices. Like they've got the usual spices in it, but like maybe heavier on the clove. I'm not really sure. And then usually dipped in chocolate in the back. And they can hang around in your cookie tin for a real long time, which also kind of weirds me out as well. Anyway, this candle smells like that. 100%. So I am getting like strong gingerbread and strong chocolate note. And actually, I think there's a very strong amount of anise in this as well. And usually I like an anise candle. This one does go almost a little black licorice for me. Perhaps because of all the other candied notes in it. And for me, the anise, the gingerbread, and the chocolate, it's a little discordant. I'm not loving the way this smells. However, do I think that there will be people who like it? Maybe, maybe. You know I'm not a gourmand person. I usually don't like chocolate candles. Gingerbread is hit or miss for me. So this is kind of already on paper kind of gearing itself up to be like not my candle, and that's fine. God bless. So let's talk about the scent notes that they've given us. Here's the scent blur, or the story. Visit a lively Christmas market in Munich. I mean, these Christmas markets in Germany are like top notch. You know, they're really an experience. And tempt yourself with the scent of crisp cookies with notes of orange, star anise, there we go, and dark chocolate, there we go. All right, so top notes, juicy orange and citrus zest. Maybe? It's a little bit bassy for me, and for me, the chocolate and anise and gingerbread notes are kind of overwhelming anything else. I don't know that it's sparkling or top range the way that you would expect for a citrus zest and a juicy orange. Also, there's nutmeg in the top. Mid notes are star anise, crushed cinnamon, and pomander, again with the orange. Base notes, dark chocolate, graham crackers, and cookies. Okay, so I'm not far off with with that German cookie. I think it's German. Yeah, that's kind of what it smells like. I mean, look, I have to give Yankee Candle credit for doing like a fairly like literal fragrance. It doesn't smell like a men's cologne. Weirdly. So good. It does smell like a gourmand. No question. I'm just not sure that all of the notes here are going together well, but that cookie is kind of like this. So perhaps it is a gourmand experience of a specific kind. The question will be how many Americans will get on board for it. We'll put it that way. I do think, as I said, I do think that star anise is going almost black licorice. And while there is ginger, there's no question. I think the other spices are kind of, it's just a little discordant for me. That is for sure. All right, so anyway, but that one comes out in the 3-wick. It's not one that I'm going to be burning or trying, but God bless. We'll have to see how that one performs. Let's go to Big Apple Christmas. Big Apple Christmas, which has this stunning red. It's far and away probably the most stunning color in the collection, and a very appropriate one. And I think they even have something kind of like Macy's over here and a taxi. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You guys know I love my Macy's. I love my Thanksgiving Day parade. Here's the 3-wick for Big Apple Christmas. And this is the one that has a very vintage, homespun, crafty, brown paper packages kind of feel to it. And I think it works. I really think it works. It looks really pretty. And like I said, looks kind of vintagey in a different way than like that glossy 60s, 70s kind of vibe for the other candles. All right, so Big Apple Christmas. Let's smell it. Yeah, it's kind of a no for me. It's not special, we'll put it that way, because it's a little bit on the generic and cliched side. And it has a body care element to it. So it's not a true apple gourmand, but it is an apple candle. It's a sugary apple with a body care. And the body care element is kind of down below. And kind of nice, but it makes it not a true gourmand. So I actually picked these up, not all of them, but some of them in Connor's Yankee Candle. So Connor loves candles. We met for the first time. It was great. Connor is so much bigger and taller than I think he looks on screen. So that was a surprise. I felt like a little munchkin a little bit. So maybe I was smaller than he thought I was. Yeah, so I bought this in Connor's store and we actually talked about it. And Connor swears that this is a dupe for Bath and Body Works. What is it? Winter Candy Apple. I think Winter Candy Apple is the fragrance or the candle in question. I'm vaguely aware of that candle, but since it's not my vibe, it's not one that I've ever purchased. So I can't vouch for that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. And I can't tell you if it's more or less sophisticated, more or less bold than the Bath & Body Works. Given that it's Yankee Candle and smelling it, I'm going to say that I'm going to put money on the fact that the Bath & Body Works one is a little bit more assertive than this is. Whether or not this one is a bit more sophisticated than the Bath & Body Works is a different matter. And like I said, I'm not a Winter Candy Apple girl, so I can't really tell you that. It is a little disappointing, and I know that Connor seemed a little bit disappointed that it was just a dupe of something that was kind of Bath & Body Works-y, and at that, not really like a complicated or like, I don't know, interesting enough fragrance for him, and I get that. I do. So unfortunately, a little bit diminished by the fact that it may be a dupe of a Bath & Body Works candle, and at that, not a particularly interesting one. This is the one where I printed this out, and there are all kinds of different ads covering up the notes. So I can see the top notes. The top notes are candy, apple, pear, and caramel. Mid notes are festive spices, cinnamon, and almond. Base notes are melted something. I'm going to assume melted butter, vanilla bean, and something else. Yeah, maybe. I'm not getting a whole lot of spice from this. A vague amount. And I don't think there's anything here indicating that there is at least some amount of body care in this candle that is making it not quite a true gourmand. So just be aware of that. But it might be nice. I don't know. Apple fragrances are, I would think, a little bit hard to market for the holiday season. Apple has had its moment in September and October, and so to try to do another Apple one at the holidays, but like Bath & Body Works did with Winter Candy Apple. So God bless. I just don't know that apple is really a holiday kind of fruit, but there you go. Big Apple Christmas. Let's go to North Pole Hideaway. I liked North Pole Hideaway. So North Pole Hideaway is this beautiful blue right here with, as you would expect, snowflakes, a Santa hat, one of those candy cane, like, you know, street poles or whatever it is. And yeah, this one, here's the 3-wick for North Pole. So it is coming out in a 3-wick. And again, this has that like brown paper bag kind of vibe to it, which is nice, but it seems a little phoned in given the Big Apple Christmas packaging. So they're just so similar that it would have been nice to have done something different on the North Pole in terms of that aesthetic. It looks almost exactly the same as Big Apple. up to and including the font used and the colors, etc. So North Pole Hideaway, I really like this one, but I have a feeling not too many other people are gonna like it. It's a body care and it leans a little bit masculine, but it has a lot of like marshmallow candy cane at the same time with the musk. And it shouldn't work, and for some reason it kind of does. But yeah, that's a little odd. It's a little odd. So it's got kind of like a bassy, masculine body care musk element to it with a strong marshmallow candy cane. Let's see what the notes are on this one. I didn't give you the scent story for Big Apple, but if you're American, you already know what it is. You know what Christmas is here. You know what I mean? Although, did they mention the parade? Take a tour through the vibrant streets of the Big Apple, New York City at Christmas, enjoying the sense of fresh apples. Why would there be fresh apples at Christmas time? No. Festive spices and melted sugar cane. Okay. Well, that was phoned in. That was phoned in. People are going to think that we celebrate Christmas in the U.S. with apples. Like, what? What? No. No. Okay, so this is the scent story for North Pole. Be magically transported to a sparkling North Pole wonderland with cool notes of icy air, Arctic mint, and snow powder. Who knows what snow powder smells like? So this actually seems like it would be a much more like eucalyptus mint kind of candle, and I'm getting a strong candy cane vibe and a strong marshmallow vibe from this. So that's weird. All right, top notes are, get ready for it, sparkling snowflakes. Well, that was a throwaway scent note if there ever was one. Sparkling snowflakes, frosted greens, chilled bergamot. Bergamot. You see where we're headed with the men's cologne a little bit? It's just a touch though. It's really just a touch, which thank God there is some restraint in this candle. It's not like a full board. Fall collection cliched men's cologne. Mid notes are Arctic mint, icy air, glacial water. So aquatic. Base notes, snow powder, again, white musk, there we go, soft amber. Okay, so I was right about this. Musk, amber, bergamot. Those three notes are there. That's where I'm getting that like men's body care a little bit. But like I said, it's back behind the whole thing. And what is the top notes, aggressively, is a very strong peppermint with a good amount of sugar, a la marshmallow. I know it does say mint here, and it doesn't say eucalyptus. You would expect that with all of the, I mean, they've really gone out of their way with these like rugged, more outdoorsy elements. This is not an outdoorsy candle. It is very cool, but because of the peppermint, and it's very sweet. So they have not really given us any indication of what the sweetness is here. Except that we have snow powder and sparkling snowflakes. I'm going to assume that's the sugar. I don't know what they're talking about with the water. Yeah, it doesn't seem like an aquatic candle to me. Even like in a body care way. It seems like it's a fairly dry, cozy smell, which is the snow powder may be kind of a nod to the fact that it is kind of a dry fragrance without it being overly powdery. Yeah, that's odd. That's odd. I would call it a marshmallow candy cane with a men's cologne element, which is odd. But I actually think it's less odd than the Munich market. So it is what it is. I will probably purchase that one though, maybe in the 3-wick, and see what comes out of it once it's burned, you know? All right, let's talk about 'Tis the Season in Sydney, which is kind of this very sandy color, very like amber sandalwood or golden sands kind of situation. It's obviously the vibe they're going for. Here is the 3-wick, and I think this is a beautiful little candle design. Again, they've got the matte. Again, they've got that font, but they've got some palm trees, and yeah, it's an effort. It's an effort, and I'm appreciating it. I'm really appreciating it. So I think that's a lovely 3-wick. So 'tis the season. Okay, so here's the deal, folks. It's actually a really nice candle. It's basic, but it's not a Christmas candle. I mean, this is just straight up a tropical candle. It's got a lot of, I actually think it might be like a plumeria. I'm getting tiare flower. It could be neroli, but I actually think that if it's neroli, it's cut with a lot of, or maybe even an orange blossom. But it's your traditional tropical white floral with a good deal of amber. But it would be called like white amber. It's sitting up high in the range. And some musk. Again, sitting up high in the range. Kind of perfumey rather than cologne-y. It's a beautiful floral. It's a beautiful tropical. It really is. It's just, I don't think anybody is going to want to burn this at Christmas time. I don't even know that the people in Sydney would be burning this in Christmas time. I mean, they're celebrating Christmas too. They probably want a cinnamon candle. Why would... Okay, God bless. God bless. Although they might be burning a candle like this because it's their summer season, but they wouldn't be burning it as like a holiday candle. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful fragrance. Why would you include something like this in a Christmas collection? You shouldn't, you wouldn't. All right, so the notes here are, top notes, orange blossom. That's probably why I like it so much. Escape to the Sydney beach this holiday season with the sense of tropical nectars, orange blossoms, sunscreen, and sandy woods. Okay, so you know where we're going here. Top notes are orange blossom, tropical nectar, and just sunscreen. I assume they mean either neroli or some mineral note or maybe both of them. Oh, tuberose too! Yes! Middle notes are glowing tuberose, monoi blooms, gardenia. Base notes are sandy woods, beach musk. Yeah, so that's about what I thought it was going to be. And I love tuberose, and I love orange blossom. So I really like this candle. And yeah, I'll probably buy it. But there's no way that I would burn it for this season. I just wouldn't. By the way, this is the one that has really good reviews right now on Yankee Candle's website. And if you, I know it's actually even too late to burn it now. It's too late. You could have done this in August. But there's no way you're going to be burning this now. There's just absolutely no way. And so I think it's a missed opportunity, number one, for a more holiday appropriate like fragrance, notwithstanding the international concept. But then on top of it, this is it's a beautiful tropical that should come out in the summer season or like in the spring summer collection. I don't know what, in your January, February tropical push. So you've poached a candle that would actually be quite appropriate and beautiful in another season. Like, do you just not have any concepts for Christmas? Like, how? It's like with their fall candles. Guys, this is prime time. This is prime time foam fragrance. And it's just written out for you. I mean, even if you just do the basics and the cliches, like, could you not think of a Christmas or holiday fragrance? You had to poach from, okay, like, I don't know what to say. It is fairly strong. And I would imagine with the 3-wick, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful and lovely. It's in the same version, it's in the same category as Bahamas Beach Bum, which I think is fantastic. That came out this summer, but this one is much more floral, much more higher range, much more fresh. I really like it a lot. I really do. It's just 1000% should not be in this collection. 1000%. All right. Now we have London Christmas tea. London Christmas tea looks like this. One of our beautiful, boring white ones with an orange pomander there and an English flag and a T. Okay, so there you go. And I don't know that this one is coming out in a 3-wick. So there's been no, for this one and the next one, there is no promotional activity that I can see for any kind of a 3-wick, and nothing's showing up even on the international websites. So there you go. These two may not come out in 3-wicks, which is, again, just very odd. And I'll tell you what is also odd, the way this candle smells. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you crossed this one with the Sydney one, you would have Bahamas Beach Bum. That's what you would have. So spoiler alert, this doesn't have any tea in it. I'm not smelling anything even remotely tea-like. Maybe a little bit on the herbal side. And by herbal, I mean like sage. Like not herbal tea. But the biggest note here is wood. And it's a very cozy, woody fragrance, very warm. Not smoky, just woody. And I think this is the same note that is in Bahamas Beach Bum and also in Woodland Weekend, no, Afternoon Scrapbooking. Afternoon Scrapbooking in the fall had this note as well, just even louder than in here. This one is a bit more balanced than the Afternoon Scrapbooking. It's the note that I think is kind of a little bit of a dupe for the Palo Santo note for Bath & Body Works. So I love this wood note. I really do. Oh, it's dry, it's spa-like. It mixes very well with herbs like sage. And here it is kind of like a Palo Santo sage kind of situation. With a little bit of lemon, if I'm not mistaken. So sage and lemon. Ugh. It's a wood candle. And it has kind of a creamy amber cashmere kind of feel to it. Not without like the strong soapy or linen cotton notes that you would expect from that. But it's got that like cozy amber vibe, like a creamy amber with a strong overt wood and then a flash of lemon. I like the candle. It's just not even remotely a gourmand, let alone something evocative of a tea or a London Christmas tea. Like, I don't know what this concept is, but it's not this concept. It's just not. So let's see what the notes. The blurb on it is the warmth of your afternoon tea makes Christmas in London even more perfect with aromas of ginger, black tea, and cinnamon woods. Top notes are cinnamon, ginger, golden peppercorn. I'm not getting any cinnamon. Maybe some ginger, but like I said, it's more sage-like than ginger, I think. It's a sweet sage, like a clary sage, but that's exactly what the Bath & Body Works, like Palo Santo sage is. It's a clary sage with that Palo Santo note, right? The mid notes are orange zest. I mean, that must be that flash of citrus that I'm smelling, but to my nose, it's more lemon than it is orange. And then the mid notes are supposed to have black tea and anise. I'm not getting a whole lot of anise from this. I'm getting a lot of anise from the Munich Christmas market. Also, guaiac. Okay, so now we're getting closer to something herbal and woody, right? Guaiac. Base notes are black pepper again, vetiver, and cinnamon woods. Okay, so you've got woods there and guaiac. So I do think, and they're kind of buried underneath all of these other spices and stuff, but it's not a spicy candle. It's a wood candle with some herbal elements, which are obviously coming from the guaiac and the vetiver. and then a flash of citrus, which, like I said, smells a bit more like a bergamot or a lemon than it does an orange. I like it a lot, and it's in my wheelhouse, but I'm not getting any tea, and I'm not even getting a whole lot of spice here. Again, not a gourmand. So I don't know what somebody is smoking, but I know this one was actually, like, a lot of people were looking forward to smelling this and really wanted an authentic tea fragrance. I think you're going to be disappointed if you're one of those people. But maybe my nose is off. I don't know. By the way, I just noticed this. Weirdly, this lid is like that beautiful, like, champagne color that they did on the coffee, the cafe collection, but all the rest of these are the ugly tin. Bizarre. Bizarre. All right, friends, we've got one more and we're almost done here. Oh, this one's terrible. All right, this is Parisian holiday brunch. And yeah, it's got a croissant, it's got pastries, and it has fireworks and a Eiffel Tower. Again, not the candle for me, so maybe it's fine, and it's just, like, not my preference. To me, it's a very berry-forward candle. Very berry and jammy, which is fine. It's not the best berry jam that I've smelled, but it's not the worst. It's kind of a generic berry because it is jammy, like, as it's been, like, kind of macerated and whatever else. So I don't know if it's, like, it could be like a blackberry. I don't know. It's kind of like maybe a blackberry or something like that. Yeah. Because I feel like if it was raspberry or strawberry, like, you would be picking up on that a little bit more overtly. It's a jammy berry note. And then there's this strong, I think it's a brioche note. And it seems a little toasted to me, but also a little bit, like, flat and almost burnt. Like, we're talking like Paris Cafe kind of level of toasted brioche, which is not my favorite smell, along with that jam. Ugh, I just don't like it. I think it's gross. Oh no. This one didn't print the scent notes. So I don't have the scent notes for you on this. But it does say in this picture, buttery croissant raspberry. It has a fig. I don't know. So I don't know what the scent notes are. I assume they're in that ballpark, but I do not like this candle. But maybe everybody will. I mean, it's like that Munich candle. I don't know. It's a specific gourmand smell, I guess, and maybe that's good. It's not bright, it's not light. It's kind of on the heavy side. It's a no for me. It's a hard pass. So for me, the standouts are Sydney and London Christmas Tea. I think these are the best fragrances. I love the London Christmas Tea, but I love a Palo Santo Sage note. So there you go. To me, this is a Palo Santo Sage candle with a flash of lemon. And then this is 'Tis the Season in Sydney, which is a beautiful tropical floral. Oh, it's lovely. It's really lovely, but just not seasonal at all. And then there's two that are quite off-putting, which are Parisian and Munich, respectively, both being marketed as gourmands. Big Apple Christmas, which is a cliche and possibly a dupe of a Bath & Body Works candle. And then I like North Pole Hideaway, but I think that it is probably the most, I don't know. It's an odd candle. It's an odd candle that feels also very familiar and basic. And I like it. So I would purchase it, but I don't know how many people are going to get behind the marshmallow candy cane with men's cologne vibe that is. So there you go. Not a great collection. Not a great collection, despite amazing concept. that just was not executed. And it bothers me to no end that they have a fantastic concept that should write itself, and I don't know what to say. All right, here at the end, I just want to show you real quickly. I did get some amazing Chesapeake Bay candles. Black bamboo right here. Very nice. Kind of smoky, kind of men's cologne-y, but not heavy, not quite as heavy as the black bamboo candle from like Village, for instance. A little bit on the cool side. And then we have cashmere plum, which I've always wanted, and now I have. It's very Santiago huckleberry from Voluspa. Dark, deep, jammy fruits with musk. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. A lot of these Chesapeake Bays lean a little bit darker, and they're great for this season. We have jungle moss, again, because I love... Wait. Did I do jungle moss? No, it was the midnight. It was midnight forest. Midnight forest. This is a new one for me. Jungle moss. It's strange, and it's very green. Kind of funky, kind of herbal. I kind of like it. And then very last but not least, we have leather oak. Yes. It's smoky, it's vetiver, it's leathery. Oh, that's nice. It's nice. It has a little bit of a Palo Santo like nuance. That's a yes for me. Man, those Chesapeake Bays are good. They're really good. And they are 2-wick right there. They are, how many ounces? 12 ounces. 12 ounces for $17.99, which is about the price point that it should be, probably. I would love it if they went on sale more often. Oh my gosh. I'm a huge fan, at least of the fragrances themselves. So there you go. Yankee Candle. Tell me what you think. Have you tried any of them? I think that the Sydney one is worth buying just to burn like in January, February, or in the tropical more months, the hotter months, the summer months. It's really lovely. And I think it performs fairly well, at least from the reviews on the website right now. And then I also am very interested in the London tea because you know I love a Palo Santo sage. And I'm also probably going to get the North Pole one and see what happens with that. And the rest of them are terrible. Terrible. So many missed opportunities. I just... Yankee. No. 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 That's what I've got for you, my friends. I guess I'll see you in the next one. What do I have coming up? I have a lot of homeworks because I'm in my homeworks era. I have a lot of homeworks candles to review. I'm still chugging my way through the coffee candles for Coffee Week. Yeah, so that's what I've got. And I'm starting to burn some real fall candles. So stay tuned, my friends. So glad to see you, and I'll catch you in the next one.